And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you.
So this is wildly exciting for multiple obvious reasons. Joker and the Queen is, and we all kind of knew this was coming, we all saw the hints. I didn't hold my breath because this is this is probably my favorite song off of Equals, including Visiting Hours. Yeah, I would say that this is my favorite song off of that album. To me, it's easily the best written song. It's the most genius, like, conceptual song on that album. So when you add Taylor Swift, who is, in my opinion, the greatest songwriter alive currently, and you put her on this track, it just makes all the sense in the world, not to mention that these two have already made Everything Has Changed, then you have Run. Yeah, just this song and its whole card scheme, and Joker and Queen and 1,000 Kings, and it's just such a smart song and advanced song lyrically that it almost had to have Taylor on it. So I kind of say we just check this song out. It's why we're here. Just is coming out right this second, actually, and it's very rare that I get on one of these sort of songs that are coming out immediately and pop through with a reaction right after. So it's kind of exciting to do this with you guys. I say we just do it. Or any Swifties watching in particular, I have a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of reactions to Taylor that are very specific to my Patreon. The link is down below in the description. We just did the 1989 tour, and there's just like so much stuff, like I did all her music videos on there, just a lot of stuff that will never see the light of day on YouTube, plus all the uncut album reactions and everything is just there, and plus it's just really a great way to support me if you can.
How was I to know? It's a crazy thing.
I love the font already.
I showed you my hand, and you still let me win. And who was I to say?
Wait, is this cause I just recently watched the Everything Has Changed music video. Is this like, it got me so emotional at the end. Is this like continuing on with the kids from that video? If Taylor and Ed are at the end of this video, I might lose my actual fucking mind.
And I know
it looks like the same actor.
You could fall for 1,000 kings.
And they're in school. Yeah, they're like in high school now. Before, were they like elementary school or something before? Now they're in high school. It's if this is the same actor, I can't tell if it's the same actress, but it's like the same, like the redheaded kid. If they're the same, oh my god, this is such a smart way to do this.
And the Queen.
That young love.
I've been played before, if you hadn't guessed.
One of my biggest questions about this was if they were going to change the lyrics for Taylor's part. And I believe it's I Was Upside Down from the outside in, which I love that lyric itself, but we got Taylor putting her own lyrical spin on this, of course she did.
The Queen.
I've been played before.
Cards played before.
If you hadn't guessed. So I kept my cards close to my foolproof vest. But you called my bluff and saw through all my tells.
Called my bluff, saw through my tells. Bluff, you call a bluff when you're playing cards with somebody. Tell is when you're sort of trying to hide what you're actually thinking in your head. And literally, like, she's saying, like, you understood me so well that you saw through me, and that's why I chose you, even though I could have fallen for 1,000 kings. Like, that's why I chose you. I love this, works so well because the whole original song is obviously from Ed's perspective, and it's obviously from a perspective of someone who's very insecure and just like is so in love with this other person he doesn't understand why. Quite like, he's just so grateful that they chose him based on how he views himself. And so and it's really tragic. And so to get the perspective of the other person that, you know, made the choice to fall for this person, the other person, despite the other person being so insecure about it and unsure, but just like, it's such a beautiful way to really wrap this up, especially if this is going to be a continuation of Everything Has Changed once again. And of course, Taylor is bringing her A game with the lyrics and managing to enhance it somehow.
And you went all, but you called my bluff and saw through all my tells. then you went all in, and we left together. And I know you think that what makes a king is gold,
Yeah, it doesn't.
a palace and diamond rings. When I fold, you see the best in me, the Joker and the Queen.
Taylor. Wow, real goosebumps from that right there. Not only do I love that she added some sort of little ad libs in her verse when it started, which Ed didn't do originally. Now she's doing all this atmospheric insertion of vocals here, and it's so nice. It's just leave it to Taylor Swift to not only join a song, not only make it better, not only add lyrics to just make it a much more complete song than it already was, and it was a fucking fantastic song. Leave it to her to just enhance it in multiple ways, including this vocal layering right here.
And I know would give you a diamond ring when I folded. You saw the
Go to sleep, I'll talk to you soon. In a bizzle swizzle. Ava, you think for multi-platinum lyricists we do better. Jack, this is Jack and Ava. That's their names in this story. I'm assuming that must be the original names they had decided for them in the Everything Has Changed video. But for multi-platinum lyricists, you think we do better than bizzle swizzle. And just like you said, I think the beauty of that right there is that you just, for multi-platinum lyricists, you think we do better. They're both multi-platinum lyricists. They're both two of the greatest songwriters of all time. Have two of the most hits that you'll ever see from a solo pop star. But they're both the most normal, down to earth people ever. You just grab a glass of wine with Taylor and have a conversation with her about her cats. Grab a beer with Ed and talk about playing with putting Legos together. It literally, you can't get two more normal people, despite the fact that they have these advanced minds and have had all this success. And that's why I love that being added there as well.
best in me, the Joker and the Queen, the Joker and the Queen.
This was so nice, and just completed a song that I didn't even know needed a completion. This song is my favorite song on the album, and from that standpoint, to me the song's done. But no, you gotta have the other perspective from a song that's strong and powerful, and a song that speaks on someone else's feelings, right? You gotta bring that second person. It just makes so much sense. I'm so happy this exists, and everything has changed. It's gonna be really hard to dethrone that, just as far as the Taylor and Ed collab go. I do like this a little bit more than Run, and that's saying a lot for a song that, again, is already, it's not an original. I'm going to operate off the assumption that they're both the same actors, and from the Everything Has Changed video, I'm so grateful that I got to watch that video and react to that video and get particularly emotional in that video. I was almost waiting for Taylor and Ed to show up at the end of this one, but they'd have to be a lot older, right? It wouldn't make all the sense in the world. There's just no way they're not the same actors, because Taylor and Ed's minds work way too advanced to not do that. And yeah, this is officially the only version of this song that I'm going to be streaming now. My absolute very, very next thing I'm going to do right this second is go watch that Everything Has Changed video, and then go watch this video again, and stop everything second to second and pick out the things that I know match somehow and relate to the other, because I know that's a thing, and I got to go back now and do that. So I hope you'll have a wonderful weekend, you wonderful human beings.